And welcome to Earth and Space Sciences. My name is Crystal Dubois, and I'm going to be your teacher for this course. So, your Earth and Space Sciences course will have, well, 6 units really. The first is kind of an introductory unit where we review the scientific skills that you've learned in grade 9 and 10 that you'll need throughout this course. Then, the actual first unit of the course is Earth materials. That's all about rocks and different kinds of minerals. Second unit of the course is geologic history. You'll learn about, well, events in Earth's geologic history, dinosaurs, and stuff like that. Third unit of the course is all about geologic processes, earthquakes and volcanoes. Then we'll move into the astronomy, which is kind of the theory and the evidence for the Big Bang Theory. And then lastly, planetary sciences. We're starting with the geology half of the course. So the weather's good outside and you can take advantage of that. So throughout this course, your coursework, assignments, tests, quizzes, projects, all that will be worth 70% of your grade in the course overall. And then there will be both an RST towards the end of the course and a final exam. And those together are worth 30% of your grade. Like any course, academic integrity is expected throughout this course, but don't worry, there will be a lesson in the introductory materials all about making sure that you cite your sources properly and learn how to make sure you're not plagiarizing. Okay, so anytime I start these courses, I always feel a little awkward. And I always feel the need to justify why you should listen to me about anything to do with either geology or astronomy or sciences in general. So I always feel the need to explain a little bit about myself. So I'm currently a teacher at St. Mark High School. I've been there for about 8 years now. St. Mark is in the southern part of Ottawa. Um, and this is actually the first course I've ever taught virtually or completely virtually. So please bear with me. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of technical issues throughout the course. Be patient. I'll try and do the best I can. And before moving to St. Mark, I actually worked for 5 or 6 years as a geologist. I did my undergraduate degree at Mount Allison University in New Brunswick, and there I studied environmental science and chemistry. Once I finished that, I moved to Ottawa and did a PhD in the Earth Sciences department. I was looking at geochemistry and the stable isotope ratios of dissolved oxygen in northern temperate lakes, using that to trace carbon cycling. Anyways, so I finished my PhD in the Earth Sciences department, and then I went on and I did a postdoc at Western, and then I did a postdoc back at Ottawa U. And while I was doing that second postdoc, I had the opportunity to teach an undergraduate course on earth sciences, and I realized how much I really enjoy teaching. And that's what brought me here right now. And in particular, I love teaching geology. I've always been fascinated by large scale processes in the earth and always loved collecting rocks and minerals when I was a little kid. And then on a kind of non academic side of things, in my extracurriculars, I'm also really into rock climbing. My husband and I both do a ton of rock climbing. Love to travel into the mountains for climbing. This photo was taken somewhere in Montana, and throughout the course, I really will end up throwing in quite a few of these climbing/travel photos where you get to see some cool rock formations in the background. We also do some smaller scale climbing on boulders called bouldering. And again, this is just really such a good combo with a love of geology. You get to see some cool rocks up close and personal. This is some metamorphic conglomerate rock that I'm climbing on here. So throughout the course, again, you'll see lots of climbing photos. Then the other thing that my students always find interesting is that my husband and I have a YouTube channel called JK Brickworks. It's fairly popular. I think we're at 1.5 million subscribers right now. And it's pretty unrelated to geology, but there are a few things you may have come across on the internet that are actually part of our YouTube channel. Just kind of a cool aside. Okay. So, lastly, what I'd like you to do next is to start going through Unit 0. This is really just the introductory material for the course. Take a look, read through the expectations for the course, and when you're done that, I'd like to get to know a little bit about you, where you live, what your interests are, etc. And we'll really try and gear this course a little bit towards your interests and particular location. So, once you finish reading through the first lesson, there's a Google form that I'd like you to fill out. Okay, thanks a lot.